Where were you born?
On 8th Avenue, San Diego Way, 122149.
So you were born in the house you were living, or your parents were living?
No. This is when I was born.
Okay.
I was born on 8th Avenue and San Diego Way.
Okay.
And that was the house I was born in. I lived there for about 5 years.
Okay.
And then I moved from that house to down the street on Santa Cruz.
Okay. Okay.
And that was in 55. And then in 1958, I moved to 3825 33rd Street.
Okay. All right.
And that's where
So you have been in Oak Park
all my
from
life.
You were born in Oak Park.
Yes. I'm a native.
You were a native. Of course, Buster was. You were born in Oak Park too, but
We're cousins.
right. And, But you were born like in a house.
Well,
Eighth
it's not a
Avenue,
house.
San
It's a triplex. It's 3 houses.
Okay.
You know, I have duplexes, but this was a triplex.
Okay.
And I was born in the middleplex.
So give me your birthday one more time.
December 21st,
Okay.
1949.
So a pre-Christmas baby.
And I did not like that date.
Yeah. Now why?
Because I couldn't get, instead of my mother and my father buying me birthday presents and Christmas presents, they just brought all the presents together, so I didn't get that many presents. So
That's what I've heard is the thing when you're that close to the holidays.
Yeah, you 4 days from the holiday, so
But it's a biggie.
It's a biggie. It's a biggie.
Right. Okay, so San Diego and 8th Avenue and then over to Santa Cruz.
Right.
So tell me again, just briefly touched upon it, but tell me again about the house you grew up in most of your life as a kid.
That's 3825 33rd Street.
Okay.
That was the house that, my father had brought the previous houses,
Okay.
but this one was the one where I lived and I grew up in. Because I'm still there right now today. I got a house built next door
so you
to
own
that.
both of them.
So that's my Darden compound. Both of them. 3825, 3817. And the reason why I built 3817 was because of all the changes that my mother went through at 3825, because she was a monarch
Okay.
of the neighborhood.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
My mother?
Yeah. Tell me about your mother.
My mother wasn't no different from his mother.
Yeah.
Wasn't no different from anybody else's mother, but they were so strong.
Yeah.
They ran stuff, even though our fathers left, because my daddy left, but she stood there and she raised my oldest brother, William Reese, we call him Billy.
Okay.
Clarence, we call him Porky. Robert Reese, we call him Bobby.
Okay.
My sister, her Sandy, then me, and then my little brother Melvin. So she took care of all of us. She raised all of us by herself.
And JoJo.
And
So what did she have? One job, 2 jobs?
she worked at I think it was Mather or McKellar.
One of them bases.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was there, oh man, I don't know how many years. Like about 30 years.
Okay. Okay. So she worked.
Yeah,
She worked at
one
one of
job.
the air bases. Okay.
Yeah, she built instruments for the airplanes.
I bet she was at McClellan.
McCullough,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Because
Okay.
when I worked out the Mather, when I was going to Saint, I didn't see her.
Yeah.
So it had to be McClellan.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that was her job.
Right.
Raising
Building-
you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when she was gone and she was off at her job, and you guys weren't in school, what was it? Just you guys were off doing your
Well,
stuff on
see,
your own?
you know, like I said, with Billy, Porky, Bobby, Sandy, and me. The only two were bad was the black sheep was Bobby and me. You know, so you know when what is it when the cats away the mice play, you know, that's what we did. We went and we did buck wild things. Cause see, I used to always look at all my older brothers because they used to mash on me.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a little dude. So I would look at them to see how I would be. And so, you know, I took more from Bobby than any other. But I got my wisdom and knowledge from my older brother, which was Billy. Mm-hmm. You know, but the kindest one,
Clarence.
out the whole family, Clarence. Porky.
Yeah. Tell me about Porky a little.
All right, let me say, because this day right here today, and I'm sitting there, I just came from a funeral. Bessie Mae Royster.
You ever hear Jared Royster, the baseball player?
Yeah.
That's his mom. I just seen him. But yes, Roysters. We that's who lived on San Diego way. That's who lived on Santa Cruz way, where we moved. That's who lived on 12th Avenue and 10th Avenue, where we live on 33rd.
Okay.
You know, so we're close knit. But what I'm really getting at is this. I just came from here and we speaking on that. You know, not directly but indirectly. And so with all that, I give glory to her and to the things she did. And let me say this, she saved my brother Clarence. Because Clarence, we were 5 years old, living on Santa Cruz. Me and my sister, I'm 5, my sister's 6. Mother gone to work, father gone to work, so he got to get us ready for school. Mm-hmm. So he's in there cooking us some eggs and bacon.
Didn't he get burnt?
Guess who pushed him in the pond? Bessie Mae Royster. You know, I wanted to say that at the funeral, but it was, you know, just do what they do. But anyway, that right there was so beautiful because he's alive.
So was Clarence burned?
Yeah. He's burned from the only place he's not burned is his face and the bottom of his feet. 90% of his body is burned. And see, that was one of my downfalls. Because, you know, my brother used to work as a lifeguard at the swimming pool in Oak Park. And the kids used to clown him. Oh, he's a creature from the Black Lagoon. He's this, he's that. And I ain't, you know, I don't weigh nothing. But bro, when you talk about my brother, you gonna fight. You know, so I would get into so many fights. You know, my brother would say, don't worry about it, because he was not afraid, because he was still living. This is what I'm saying about my brother Clarence.
He went in the Navy.
Yeah, that's where he went. That's what the next thing he went. Because he left out of here in 1963.
Yeah.
You know,
never came back.
Never came back. But like I said, you know, when I analyzed my brothers, I knew who Billy was. Billy was everything that I wanted to be. Bobby was what I was. But Bobby was a character.
But Bobby was what I wanted to be. If you fought with Bobby Reese, I mean, I fought with him, and I drafted him into the Majestic.
Yeah.
And I fought back to back
with him, right?
and that was the most. To this day, I'm 70 years old. That was the most exciting, fun, just to be with Bobby Reese and fight and then help him get up off the ground because he slipped and fell. and hit the back of his head.
Yeah.
And you know, and I thought about it, you know, it knocked him out. You know, it bam, you know, because he had on his hard shoes. And then but he got up and then we were fighting on 35th Street, fighting other neighborhoods. We wore about, but and I got the back of my head busted open, but I was proud the next day, you know, because we fought, and I'm with Bobby Reese, and you know, my cousin, you know, big dude, and he could fight.
Yeah. So, the connection between you guys, when did you first meet Buster? Do you remember?
When I was kids.
So, but do you remember the specific instance?
Family
reunion, something, whatever went down, you know, because you see, that's what.
Well, I know your cousins.
Yeah, but that's what family did. Family would always
reunion.
get together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
get together. So you knew who your family was. See, nowadays people don't even know.
Yeah.
People are sleeping with their cousins. You know, and don't even know it.
Yeah.
Don't even know it until one of their cousins recognize what they're doing, and that's only gonna be an older cousin. You know, like the great grandmamas and grandpas and stuff like that, they know. You know, but the youngsters,
They don't know nothing.
see, that's what separated us, and that really was them drugs.
So you had those strong family ties. Now, you, having spent your entire life in Oak Park and growing up in the 50s and 60s, what are some of your best memories growing up in Oak Park?
Oh, you know what I love? I love the summertime. Well, you know, when I was a kid, when I'm out of school, and you know, all my playmates and friends,
Yeah.
we would play games, go swimming, play in the park, and then, you know, as I grew up into a teenager, I loved the summer, because you know, I used to gamble, bam, because I you know, they showed me how to shake the dice. You could lock the dice right here, and if you're rolling right, they gonna come up 7-11, you know, and so those were my best times. But the best time that I had was spending time with my friends and my family. That's when it was all together. And you know what? Baseball.
Yeah.
See, because if you came from Old Park in the 50s and 60s, even before, you had to play baseball. See, and that's what Betsy was. Jimmy Royster is Jerry's father. He was the one that taught. He was my coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Him, the Beatties, the Lamberts, all this.
That's Pookie's dog.
Is that right?
Yeah. Remember Pookie, Rico, our cousin?
Yeah.
That's their dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had to play.
Another cousin of ours.
You had to play baseball.
Awesome.
And see, that's where the gap came into. See, because when the parents brung you to play, they just sat on the bleachers,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and watch you. But the parents nowadays, they want to be involved with the money, with the
Oh yeah, did you see it?
You know,
I don't mean to cut him short, but we have a cousin, another cousin, Shirley. She worked in Mother's Cookies in Oakland.
yeah, Oakland.
And she bought some property in Atlanta, Georgia, real cheap. And I mean, and her husband was a developer, so she moved here. But me and her husband, those Oakland Dynamite.
They're dynamites. That's how they
We
work.
come in, they voted us in, and we had to change the whole thing. These parents were stealing
That's what it is.
from the kids. Stealing
And
money.
it ain't no money. It's, you know,
We had
pennies.
to call the police in. The other board members did not want to leave. They didn't, because the money, you know, and I didn't know how much money was in. Marshawn Lynch, you ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Well, he
Cal
was,
Bear.
well, him and my son, he was a midget, and my son was a junior midget.
Okay.
And we the ones that bought Marshawn Lynch his shoes and
Yeah.
stuff for football when he was playing Oakland Dynamite. I'm one of the board members that done that. You know, I can tell you a little bit about his mama too. So anyway,
Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, the Beast Mode.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
what he's talking about, I was working for Dick Simon, trucking. And so my thing on the board was fundraising. I had Dick Simons sending checks. I had Ms. Warehouse, Mr. Zimmerman. I knew him in Oakland.
Would that be George Zimmerman?
There's the
Yeah, I'm just.
but it's the owner of Men's Warehouse.
Right.
He lived up in like Claremont,
Yeah,
up in
Claremont.
Hills. Ross stores.
Mhm.
They were out. They big main warehouses in Norwood. I had them giving money to the Oakland Dynamites. So the money was cool. It was coming in, and I knew. Then I figured out.
Fucking parents.
All this money coming, no wonder. And then we giving functions, and so Clint Daniels used to be with the Raiders. He had this club, and I said, "Hey man, we having a function at Oakland Tech, and I'm gonna buy some beer. Can I sell it here?" And so I had me going back and forth, but he said, "I sell it for you." So Clint Daniels, he beat kids. He's no good. You know, because after the end of the day, I went back, man gave me $80. I said, this is a dirty dog. Boy, he's a dirty, no good dog. But
Okay.
then I seen, why did these people, board members, this is another job for them. You know, and they make a lot of money in a short time.
Time. You see, that's what they do. They
don't wanna
run
give
with the
it
money.
up.
So they were scraping money off the top, but you talk
Yeah.
about a time as a kid where the parents would just come and watch
And
watch
see
you
that
grow.
those were parents. Those were real parents. Because the parents we got today, there's a gap between us and them, and that gap that's between us and them is a dope gap. Drugs,
Okay.
dope. You know, and so that's where we lost each other. You know, because see, the grandmothers and the grandfathers of yesterday is the ones that had society right. And like I said, when with the Roysters, you know, they were a main part of kids playing baseball. See, baseball here in Sacramento was one of the biggest sports that you could have.
Yeah.
Did you go down to Solon games?
But the Solos are right there on Broadway, bro. How you gonna do
Right
that?
where Target is now.
My daddy. You know who I seen there? I seen Juan Marichal. I seen Don Drysdale. I seen
Yeah, cause see, that was a minor league team.
yeah, that's what, you know, all the minor league, all the players came there.
Yeah.
You know, what was it? Willie, I don't know if it was Willie McCovey. You know, but those were, because we had to get the like cheap seats or whatever. I know, you know, but
The bleachers, yeah.
either way it went, we were there.
Well, you know where our baseball field was? You know where the Med Center is?
Yeah.
That was the first Oak Park.
That was the Little League, right?
That was Oak Park
That
Little
was-
League.
That was our
And
Oak
then
Park.
they moved it to Oak Park right now.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
wasn't it that it was the Oak Park, Tahoe Park,
No, it didn't have nothing to do with
Tahoe
Oak Park,
It was-
Elmhurst, or just
it
Oak
was
Park?
Oak Park.
You see the big water tower?
I'm going to show you. We have a picture of one of the teams called the Angels.
That was on the Angels.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I got to show you this picture, Buster, because you may just go, "Oh my God, that's me." Seriously, I'll show it to
Me,
you.
Bill Patton, we were on the Angels.
And the water tower. is
yeah,
just off to the
that's
side.
where our
And there's the
uniforms
big,
was.
there's the big scoreboard.
Yes.
That's where our uniform was kept in the water tower.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what happened, our Angels, our coach, we won a championship game. That's when we took that picture. And that, everybody celebrated. That, he didn't go home. He went somewhere on Fruitville, went to a bar.
Who?
Our coach, it's
Oh.
like, I forget his name. But that's why I quit, after, Mr. Royster started doing our team, and after that, I just couldn't do it, because he was real cool.
Yeah.
I look, in the morning you get up, I'm going to go do my pet papers. And then on the news, every morning, 6 o'clock, I come in from doing my papers. And I'm looking at the news, and there, his truck wrapped around a tree, and he got killed. Because he left the bar drunk.
Yeah.
He celebrated.
Celebrate.
Yeah. Because Mo Cannon was our catcher.
Mo was the catcher. I remember
Yeah,
that.
he was our
I
catcher.
used to be behind the backstop. Look at it. Yeah, Mo catcher. Man.
So if you got a picture of the Angels, I wonder if I'm on that picture.
You could be. It's a great picture. It's a great picture and it's real. It's like multicultural. It's like they're
That's
older
what we
black
had.
kids,
But
Asian
we
kids.
had.
We didn't have any. We didn't have any
Discrimination.
racial problems. You know, we had none. We had none till Stanford burned down. We had the bus over in
Peter Lassen.
and that's when it wasn't with the kids. It was the older. It was parents.
yeah.
We had to fight.
Well, you told me about how you come back home from school and you'd get picked on and you'd have to fight.
Yeah, you gotta fight.
So we all got together, and we said, we ain't taking this no more, folks. We gonna whoop their butt,
Yeah.
and that's what we did.
Well, see
From
what
Peter Lassen on.
So I want to go back to 3825 33rd Street, and you're growing up, and that's by the library. That's by the old Oak Park Library.
No.
That's right off the 12th
Hold up, right off the 12th Avenue, 33rd
Yeah.
Street. You know where Oak Park Market is?
Yeah.
I'm right down the street.
Okay.
Oak Park Market used to be a Chevron's gas
Gas
station.
station.
Okay.
You know, and I know the guy that owned the place. Cause we used to steal sodas. We'd get a can opener because they had a soda machine where you just lift it up and you put your money in, and then you just take your soda out.
Yeah.
So we just pop the cap, get some straws, and suck the soda.
You guys. So, okay. So forget about the library. Let's come to the fact that you're a man of God.
I am right now.
So, did you attend church regularly when you were a child?
No, because see, at that time, I was blind.
Mm-hmm.
But once God opened my eyes, showed me what I was seeing, that's when I went to church.
And that's when it changed.
And that wasn't until 2003. That was after one of my homeboys, my closest homeboy, Raymond Lee Henderson, had got killed. And right then, that was in September